Jodi Huisentruit was more than just a familiar face on the morning news in Mason City, Iowa. She was the voice that many people woke up to. At 27 years old, she was ambitious, charismatic, and driven, with dreams of making it to a bigger news market. Colleagues described her as warm and bubbly, always greeting the crew with a smile, even in the grueling hours before dawn. Outside the newsroom, Jodi was a friend, a daughter, and a young woman carving her place in the world. But beneath her professional success, she carried a heavy burden, the growing awareness that someone was watching her. Jodi's life was full of connections, but some of them carried unsettling undertones. She had friends who adored her, co-workers who admired her, and family who cherished her. Yet, whispers of unwanted attention began to creep into her daily life. She told friends and family about a stalker, someone who made her feel unsafe. Still, she rarely let it show on air. Mason City was a small town, a place where neighbors trusted each other and news anchors were local celebrities. But in such a close-knit community, familiarity could quickly turn into obsession. The morning of June 27, 1995, began with an odd silence. Jodi had overslept for her shift at KIMT-TV, something unusual for her punctual nature. A producer called her around 4 a.m., waking her up, and Jodi promised to be at the station soon. But she never arrived. By 7 a.m., concern grew. Police were called to her apartment complex, where they found chilling evidence near her Mazda Miata. Her belongings, like her red high heels, her hairdryer, and her car key, were scattered on the ground. The key was bent, as if ripped violently from her hand. Neighbors later reported hearing muffled screams, but in the stillness of that Iowa morning, no one intervened. It was as if Jodi had been swallowed by the dark. The investigation took unexpected turns. Detectives suspected an abduction but had no body, no suspect, and only fragments of evidence. Friends and acquaintances were interviewed, revealing a troubling pattern. Jodi had confided to loved ones that she felt followed in the weeks before her disappearance. Some pointed fingers at men in her social circle, including acquaintances who seemed overly interested in her. Others suggested strangers, viewers who had developed dangerous fixations on the glamorous young anchor. But without solid leads, the case spiraled into frustration. The FBI became involved, searching rivers, fields, and abandoned properties, but Jodi's body was never found. For investigators, the trail was a haunting mix of dead ends and whispered theories. Was this the work of a stalker lying in wait? Or someone she trusted? Someone she never saw coming? Nearly 3 decades later, the disappearance of Jodi Huisentruit remains unsolved, but its impact continues to echo. Her family and colleagues were left devastated, forced to carry questions that still have no answers. The explosion of her case wasn't just the moment she vanished. It was the ripple effect that shattered a community's sense of safety. Mason City went from a quiet Midwestern town to the center of one of America's most enduring mysteries. Jodi's story is not just about a missing news anchor. It's about the vulnerability of women in the public eye, the thin line between admiration and obsession, and the chilling reminder that evil can lurk where we least expect it. Each year, vigils are held, her memory honored, and her name spoken, as the community continues to hope for closure. But until the truth is uncovered, the haunting question remains. What really happened to Jodi Huisentruit on that dark June morning?